Hey everyone, what's up? This is Birds. Welcome to Motivational Monday. So, word of the week this week's gonna be accountability. I want you to think about it. Just the things you let yourself get away with, the things you see others around you letting themselves get away with, and I want you to really stop and think about it for a minute. So, we're gonna focus on that and holding ourselves and others accountable for the choices that are made. Because, let's be real. There's always a consequence. There are always consequences to every action you do, whether they be good or bad. There's always a consequence. One of the sayings that I really like regarding accountability is no excuses, only results. There's never an excuse for the things you do. Not ever. Um, and there's never an excuse for the things I do. And I can use a lot of things as an excuse. I can let myself get away with so much because I go, well, I did that because of. Oh, that's not a good reason. This is not a good reason at all. So I want you to just really this week focus on holding yourself accountable. You make a bad decision, own up to it. Don't slide it by if it's at work. Like, I'll use an example. Um, this last week at work, we were doing a really good job. Things were looking nice for stocking. And, well, at the end of the night, we got done 15 minutes early. We were all really, really just stoked and psyched. Well, the next day, one of the managers approached me and was like, hey, so I want to let you know you guys did a good job. You got done early, but you didn't do X, Y, and Z. Okay. I'm like, oh crap. Yeah, I totally spaced that out. And it didn't dawn on me. And then he mentioned you didn't block down the dog food, which is just basically bringing the product forward, making sure it's level and presentable and neat for the member when they walk in the store and easy to get to. So I sat there and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I know someone talked about it, but I don't remember who. And so he's like, I just wanted to let you know you weren't there when I had a talk with the rest of these guys the other day, so I'm gonna fill you in. So he told me the really short and sweet version of the talk he had with them. Um, well then, anyways, about I don't know, hour and a half later, thankfully he was busy enough he didn't get to anybody, but I approached him and I was like, here's the thing, please do not get mad at those guys. The dog food thing, not blocking it down, that was me. It was me. I had talked to one of my drivers. I was like, hey, let's bring down that dog food. And I will stock it and I'll get this all taken care of, this whole section. Well, I ended up getting distracted and forgot and went into a different aisle because I was called there to train someone else. And so it didn't get done. So then he got a little upset because we got done early, but things were not ready. Um, but he was very, very grateful when I came forward. And what he told me is, Jesse, the one thing I like about you is the fact that you aren't afraid to own up to your mistakes, because that is not the first time I've owned up to mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, I own up to them. And that's part of me holding myself accountable. That is me dealing with the consequences of my choices. And so, same goes for you guys. Time to deal with the consequences of your choices, good and bad. I mean, because of that, because I owned up to it, that was a choice. It was a choice to own up to it and hold myself accountable so that those other guys didn't get ripped a new one from my mistake because it was my mistake. And so you have to be able to hold yourself accountable and hold yourself to that standard. Find your standard. There we go. Find your standard, set it, and live up to it. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's really a mind over matter. So that's my challenge for you guys this week. Hold yourselves accountable. Find your boundaries, find your limits, find your little moral compass wherever it may be. And believe me, like me, mine is hidden very deep down. I don't even know which way it points anymore. Um, but yeah, hold yourselves accountable. You see someone else being a dink, call them out. Seriously. Obviously, they aren't able to hold themselves accountable. Call them out. Hold them to it. So yeah, that's been your Motivational Monday. Accountability is our word. Hold yourselves accountable, make good choices, and hold the people around you accountable. Live up to that gold standard we all aspire to be. And when you start living to that gold standard, you'll find you have a golden life. So just like that, that's been your Motivational Monday. As always, you've got this.